Turn up a little bit though, so I can hear it. I had a talk with the angel of death. Asked him what the hell you need me for. Looked in his eyes and held my breath. And recognized his face as one I've seen before. He already took my mom, does he want me next? What's the reason that she's sleeping for? He said someone had to die for you to have success. We decided the world needs you more.
I really hope that don't make sense, and I hope that's not the case. Now I'm locked in a box with this shock in my face. There's a clock in this place, I escape as
I'm Kayvon. I go by the stage name of Kayvon, and I love to make music because it's my passion. I started when I was like 5 years old. Over time, I realized that music is more than just a passion for me. It's more than just good sounding vibes, songs that you can work out to. It's more than that. It can have a message.
The door, my brother tried to break in, try to save a soul. Then I heard my dad call my mom a whore. My brother fell to the floor, crying and she dying, and I'm trying to explore why it's conspiring in the midst of it all. Let's stick to the wall, mama dying right now, but aren't we all?
See, when you become passionate about something, it's all you think about. Kayvon music is all I think about. And I'm always thinking lines, I'm always thinking strategies. How do we expand into more cities, into more universities? How do we get more people who know who I am to click that play button on the music? The first thing I ever focused on when I started making music was the lyrics. I was writing lyrics for years before I ever put it on a beat. That's the thing that makes my music different. Jackson sings on some Kayvon music songs. One that's coming out of the next mixtape will perform tonight.
It's a smart, it's like a smart.
This is Ellis Wazetta. This is the guy, the name Waz, that you see on every track. We're filming the documentary for the show. Oh shit. So this is Waz, and this is Shiv. He's DJing the show. Waz does live stuff, but it's hard to get all his stuff over here. So Shiv's gonna be playing his stuff. Kayvon show's here making history.
Get the drinks out, smoke to this. Think about what I wrote to this. I don't smoke or drink, but I did over you, so I think it's obvious that I'm not over you. I'm exhausted. Last night I about lost it, jumping in the mosh pit, finding where my heart sits, but it's so cold that you thought that it was frostbite. The week just started. When they all know who you are, you can feel alone. They say home is where the heart is, but what if you don't know what to call your home? I went off to college, follow my dreams in a city too far, but my heart stay with you. I can't part ways with you. I guess home has to be wherever you are.
Well, I've put out a lot of music that has a lot of stories, whether they're real or just something that I made up. They speak to larger issues, also very relatable issues. I talk a lot about like love stories, romance, when people are brokenhearted and things like that, because a lot of people can relate to that. But then also I go deeper and I talk about social issues at times.
I think it's my responsibility to offer my perspectives on the world to the world.
You know, I went through a lot of adversity as a kid. You know, born into welfare, so it was like straight out.
There are tragedies in my life that have taken place. You know, I lost my mom when I was 9 years old to a domestic violence issue, you know, at the hands of my father. My dad was never really in my life. Can't really even call him dad. He was a criminal for loads of reasons. We struggled, but my mother was always a good example, you know, while she was around, for me and my siblings to always work hard.
So I think that adversity just like, it plays into the fact that there's a lot starting out that I just didn't have. But when I was growing up through that, nobody ever allowed me to make that an excuse. There's the stigma that I'm full of myself. Well, I'd rather be that than filled with someone else. I succeed at being me, that helps me do what I do. And myself centered when I center myself around you. I think of this police brutality. Mortals in combat with each other in the streets, and they causing fatalities. For petty crimes, this isn't the way we should treat broken homes with broken English, and the cycle repeats. Because the uneducated are discriminated, it's race affiliated. Same people done away with, but you get stratification. Hello class, take a seat. Don't get it confused, what I do on these beats. I didn't drop out of school to write songs on these sheets. Instead I did the opposite, I killed it in school. And now my classmates are kids of the wealthy elite.
I don't mean this to be a motivational speech. Listen, I work hard in school and treat this as my business, and instead of sitting here working for someone else, I'm making money through my music. From this point it's a given, and my grades show all of this to be proof. Don't ever let your dreams serve as an excuse. You got the magic, then poof. You gotta be you and work harder than the rest. That's what you gotta do. It's apparent I did it without a parent. I did my share. Now I'm in school with people whose parents are millionaires. I don't complain, I worked harder to get here, but I understand the way it works. It's not fair. Learning ramifications of the separation that exists within the world and in our nation. Now I have the chance to be the guy that made it from the bottom to the top with music and education. I find it fascinating that I use the same things that people at the top and bottom pair as enemies. It's a paradox that people on both sides agree that music and education are opposing entities, but they make up me. I guess I race against myself so that one part of me wins, but both parts of me help somebody going through a struggle somewhere else that could learn from my example how to build their wealth.
I believe that I have a unique story, but my music is good without my story. You know, I would have been just as good of an artist without my story, and that's why a lot of the music that you find online from me as of now isn't necessarily packed with my personal story, because I want people to know that even if I hadn't gone through some type of tragedy, I would still be good. I want to be known for my quality. I talk about this conscious message, but I also talk about girls. I also get racy with some of my stuff in terms of, like, you know, experiences with girls. That's a cutie right there. I won't say what her name is on the. She went away. Yeah, I had a little thing for her for a while too. But I do have to say she said hi to me first. But you know, like I don't want my music to be something that's only accessible to people who are going through hell, and not for people who, you know, have things going well for them. Because, like, those people are just fine too. You can't hold it against somebody that they've had an easier life than maybe some others, and everybody has their own sets of problems. People who might not necessarily be going through it, but are wondering what ways they could get back, they can understand the issues more by listening to this music. And at the same time, people who listen to the music can be unified by this one message. It brings people together.
Go crazy. And then just let it fade out. Just let it fade out. Right here? Yeah, from here. Sure you know that. And then I'm gonna be like, it's party time. Bang.
I told you the teeth that I found to eat, don't apologize, you cheesy. So whenever something bad hits you with this teeth, let them play by my arm. Definition of greatness, I add on. When it's essential to what name is, Jean Valjean, I cause the revolution. No friends walk, it's time for the new Roman. I am the fire, the devil man in me, cause I know what repentance is. Put me in prison, I got bars and sentences. And girl, until I should be in Mars like Bruno. Don't believe me, I'll ask you what you know. In the great mind state, with the capital, so focused on my goals. You started taking Adderall. Research and tell you that I'm a fail. I'm a warrior in the envelope, chain in the mail.
In college, performing and things like that, I get to see it. I get to see people that I'm friends with, or people that heard about my music from some other way, whatever. So people who caught an interest somehow. I get to see them all in the same place, watching me perform. And I get to see how they react to certain things I say. And they get to be in the same room, in the same audience as certain people that they might never run into outside of a Kayvon music setting. I get to see these different worlds colliding, all because they came to enjoy this Kayvon music. Whatever it is about it, whether it's the beats, whether it's the words, whether it's the message, the dancing, it doesn't matter. People are unified, but it's one idea.
I just want what I'm doing 10 years from now or 30 years from now, whatever it is, I want what I'm doing to make a positive impact on the world. I don't care if you're Bill Gates' kid or if you don't have parents. I don't care who you are, but just earn it. You know what I mean? Somebody who comes from, like, my background and gets these opportunities, it's a very amazing thing, and I'm very grateful for it. And I think a lot of success is going to come out of it.